Hey, Assalamu alaikum. Let's understand about the follistatin and the myostatin. So, what is the difference between them? So, let's understand about that. The follistatin and the myostatin, what is that? Basically, the follistatin is the protein and the myostatin is also protein, but it is basically the hormone-like structure and it is the autocrinally bind with the several cell like the muscle. So, basically, it is basically target to the muscle because the follistatin and myostatin. Let's understand about that. And in this way, our gene also transcribe to translate that follistatin. So, and the myostatin. So, for example, the follistatin and myostatin. So, myostatin is that which the myo mean the muscle, statin mean the inhibition. So, the myostatin is the protein which that inhibits the muscle growth. And when it will activate, basically when it will activate during the rest time, during the basically the long term chronic less activity, chronic inactivity. For example, you are not working out, you are not going to the gym, you are not playing the game, you are not running, you are not working. So that all things will lead to activate the myostatin because no longer important the muscle, because no importance of the muscle. You are not giving the importance of a muscle because you are not working out. In this way, your gene basically epigenetically your myostatin will increase. The myostatin when increase will lead to myopenia. Myopenia means the muscle loss. So ultimately the loss of the muscle while the growth of the fat will increase. In this way the fat will increase. I hope you make sense about that. While the follistatin is the inhibitor of the myostatin. When the follistatin will stop the myostatin, in this way the muscle will grow more, while the follistatin also triggers the muscle growth. It is also transcribed from the gene and translate that protein to work autocrinally to the muscle. When follistatin will activate, let's understand about that. During the exercise, whenever you will exercise more hard, so the muscle will break. Then muscle will break down. In this way, whenever you will go to the sleep, so the follistatin will be rise, will inhibit the myostatin. And follistatin will allow to grow your muscle faster. And in this is the follistatin also supplementation, but you don't use the follistatin supplementation. You should boost the naturally. The follistatin is important for the growth of the muscle. Growth of the muscle due to the follistatin basically increase the growth of the muscle, and the follistatin can be triggered due to the hard training, the exercise, and the too much ketogenic diet, the fasting. Remember, the fasting, the prolonged fasting increase the follistatin. When increase the follistatin, in this way the fasting basically actually builds your muscle, not decrease your muscle. Remember, because the fasting triggers the follistatin and growth hormone also. The follistatin basically work to increase the muscle growth. So when the muscle will grow due to the follistatin increase, and the ketogenic diet with the egg, especially the egg yolk, which does contain fertilized, especially the fertilized egg, is very important to follistatin consumption. And the follistatin will inhibit the myostatin. In this way, your muscle will grow. Your muscle will increase. The size of the muscle will increase. That is why you can grow your muscle via a follistatin spike while buffer the myostatin. How to buffer the myostatin? Myostatin buffering due to the restriction of the carbohydrate. When you will not intake the carbohydrate, in this way, the insulin will not spike. While buffer the insulin while grow your muscle. So while grow your muscle due to the growth hormone, and the follistatin also triggered due to the prolonged fasting. So the fasting will build your muscle. Important thing is that in this way you can build your muscle with the exercise. The fasting and exercise will enhance the follistatin with the growth hormone. Growth hormone work for the muscle growth, while the follistatin will inhibit the myostatin. The myostatin will inhibit basically the muscle growth. So the muscle growth will be stopped due to the myostatin. But when spike of the follistatin due to the prolonged fasting, the eating good healthy protein diet with the fat containing diet like the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acid, like ketogenic diet and the caloric restriction. And more important thing you should need to understand, the follistatin also present in the fish, salmon and chicken, turkey, but that is also not processed food, but it is naturally, it is important, like beef and mutton. All these things basically contain rich amount of the protein which that spike the follistatin. But important thing is that the prolonged fasting and the exercise is required with the sleep. When you will sleep, the follistatin will increase to inhibit the myostatin to grow your muscle. And that is why the exercise is everything and the diet also everything. While the sleep, which that is also important, but the sleep is not important for in this scenario, because the sleep is basically whenever you will less sleep, so the follistatin work also. So anyhow, the follistatin and myostatin relationship we have discussed, and the growth hormone we also discussed, because the growth hormone is important for the muscle growth and it will spike due to the buffering of the insulin. How to buffer the insulin? Buffering of the insulin due to the less consumption of the carbohydrate. While you are ketogenic diet, prolonged fasting will increase the growth hormone and follistatin. Prolonged fasting means the 1 day fasting. The 1 day fasting is enough to express the gene of the follistatin, and this is the epigenetically express the follistatin, and this is the epigenome which that work, because that silent gene to activate again, and that will work. I hope you make sense about that. In this way you can grow your muscle. So a lot more experimentation verified about the follistatin which that grow the muscle. So you can search about that things in the Google and in the basically through different articles you can read out. I can put the link in description below, and you can watch that things and you can understand to study. So see you in the next video. For this, bye. Allah Hafiz.